mentioned earlier, the crowd's building up and the women's boat race due off at 4:50. We're going to head halfway down the course to Hammersmith Bridge to find Helen Skelton, who's got alongside her an exceptional female rower.
I have never seen the banks of the river this busy on boat race day. It is absolutely packed. We've come up to this balcony because you can't even move down there. It's an expectant crowd. It's an excited crowd. Roz Savage, you were the first woman to row 3 oceans single-handedly. Back in 1988, when you were rowing at Oxford, this was being talked about, the women rowing on the same day as the men. How big of a deal?
It's a huge deal, and I'm so delighted to be here on the day when it's finally coming true. Earlier I was down at the start with some of my old friends from Osiris in 1988 and the lightweights in 1989, and we dreamed back then of being here on the Tideway on the same day as the men. Now we're all middle-aged women, and at last it's come true. And I'm delighted that the weather has cooperated. We've got a huge crowd here to see this really history-making day.
Now, as someone who has achieved a hell of a lot, Wikipedia, Roz, because we haven't got time to go through your list of achievements right here, right now. But would you go as far as to say that joining a rowing club when you were at uni has had a positive impact on the rest of your life?
Huge, absolutely huge. I was terrible at PE when I was at school, hated it. I was small, uncoordinated. Started training when I got to Oxford. Absolutely loved it. Started out in eights like this and ended up rowing across a few oceans. And sport has taught me more in my life, done more for my self-confidence than anything else. So I'm hoping that a lot of young women and girls watching this today will feel inspired to get into sport, no matter how good or bad, no matter how tall or short they are, and hope it brings the same benefits to them as it has to me.
There are lots of young men and young women watching this race. Not so many in front of us, but I think that's because we're in such close proximities to the pub. But I know, as you say, they will be up and down the country. Fingers crossed they'll be inspired. I'm sure they'll be inspired by you, Roz. Enjoy the boat race. Thanks for talking.
Thanks, Helen. I will. It's been a pleasure.
Claire.
She's an amazing woman, is Roz Savage. Absolutely extraordinary. Now, last year at Henley, Oxford